we're going to play green-red Sorcery Storm, which is the next deck that I have on the list. And I will look into editing that deck soon. I might do it on stream here in a little bit. We're going to change over to playing this deck, which we have added Light Up the Stage onto. So this is fun. This is based off of the Legacy Mono Red Storm list, where the key is casting Hazoret's Undying Fury and exiling like any card in the deck. But since we don't have good cost reducers, we run Semblance Anvil. And this is where the sorcery part comes in handy, because we reduce the cost of all of our sorceries by 2. And because most of our sorceries have at least 2 colorless mana in their requirements, everything becomes amazing. So, it is now time for green-red Sorcery Storm. And a drink. Also, as a reminder, if you haven't done so yet, and you like this kind of content, please, for the love of all that is unholy and janky, follow this channel, and follow me on YouTube, because we play this kind of crap all the time. And the sooner I can get to YouTube monetization, the sooner I can actually play more modern decks. Because all of the funding for this channel comes out of my own pocket right now. This hand is almost keepable, but we need to mulligan. This is a keepable hand. So we're going to start... we're going to scry Mountain to the bottom, play Gemstone Caverns, and we're going to exile Desperate Ritual. Pass the turn. This feels like we could use a Spellweaver's Helix. I want to do so many cool things with Spellweaver's Helix. Yep, I am on the boob tube. No! Loot faithlessly. Drop Past in Flames, Reforge the Soul. Fetch up a Stomping Ground. Shock it in. Loot faithlessly once again. We're going to drop... I want to cast Reforge the Soul, but I'm pretty sure it just means we're going to die. I'm going to drop those 2 cards. Flame Jab with Worldfire. I personally prefer Raven's Crime plus Dark Petition to keep it all in black. And then tutor for, like, I don't remember what the kill card is off the top of my head. Like, Exsanguinate. Because it's, like, ultra budget. You require, like, no mythics or anything. Opponent plays a Blighted Agent. Flashback, Faithless Looting. Discard, discard. Pass the turn. I want to make a deck that Spellweaver Helix's Smallpox. Because when you cast more than 2 Smallpoxes, you make every opponent sad. And we're dead. We're 100% dead. 100,000% dead to Infect. Okay. So we're going to bring in Lightning Bolts. And we're going to drop probably Act on Impulse. No, we can't drop Act. We're going to drop a Past in Flames and Empty the Warrens and a Ritual. Try like this. That's true. Worldfire does cost 2 cents online. And it's not EDH legal in paper, so I imagine it can't be that expensive. Also, welcome new viewer to the stream. You're watching the Homebrew plus Homebrew Modern Variety Hour. I'm Kano, I'm your host. And we're playing some really shit jank decks in Modern, and it's awesome. This is a keepable hand, boys and girls. This is what we're going to do. We're going to ritual into this Semblance Anvil. We're going to pitch a sorcery, and then we're going to do something nasty when we draw any good sorcery off the top of our deck. It's going to feel so good. And our opponent plays a dork. And I don't know if you're familiar with this adage, but you always bolt the bird. Yes, Great Night Lord, my diabolic tutor. / advisor. We draw another bolt, which is good. So now we Desperate Ritual, we cast Semblance Anvil, and we exile Channel the Suns. Act on Impulse is going to be more important here because we're going to need some card advantage. Hopefully our opponent has to play a 2-mana dork here, or doesn't have any more lands and has to play a 1-mana dork, or just doesn't have more creatures. Opponent has another Noble Hierarch. Fetches with Windswept Heath and finds a Breeding Pool. They want protection for this Hierarch. Alright. Opponent has a stop on our draw step for some ungodly reason, so we're going to cast Act on Impulse. We would like to hit a land here. Shock Stomping Ground. Cast Channel the Suns. Oh, but we'll only have 1 red mana. We still want it in our graveyard. And this also lets us bolt without worrying about Spell Pierce. Okay, if they have Vines of the Vastwood, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Vines of Vastwood, alright. Fizzles the Lightning Bolt. We cannot cast this Reforge the Soul, even though it's like literal... I don't even remember the card. Wheel of Fortune. Even though it's like literal Wheel of Fortune right now, we can't cast it, which is really sad. If only the Channel of the Suns gave us more than 1 red mana. If we miracle a Reforge the Soul off the top, there is not a snowball's chance in hell for our opponent. Like, they're just done. Like, it's game over. Opponent shocks in a Breeding Pool. Verdian Corruptor? I forgot this card exists. Oh my god, it would have been amazing. I swear, if our opponent has a Spell Pierce for this. Whew! We're gonna Grape Shot this Verdian Corruptor. Same target, please. Our opponent definitely has a protection spell for it now. Oh my god. Oh my god, they don't have a protection spell for it, do they? Oh, they Spell Pierce the last copy. Sad face. Now we're dead. Now we're dead because our opponent drew 7 Might of Old Crozes, and we're going to take 34 infect damage here. I don't even know if that math lines up. I'm so dead. Ugh. Top Deck God, I know you were trying to do me a solid. And, like, give me the card that I asked for, but you granted them the top decks they needed. I'm not going to claim you forsake me. But I will say, if it is your desire for me to win, you have to give them worse top decks than you give me. And I know that's hard for you because I play decks where every card is a bad top deck. Welcome, new viewer, to the stream. We're playing Green-Red Sorcery Storm on Kano's Modern Variety Hour here. The Homebrew and Homebrew Variety Hour. We're going to exile this Reforge the Soul to this Gemstone Caverns and have a drink. Opponent plays a Neonate, which means this is 10,000% dredge. Alright, so we're going to start with a Faithless Looting. Featuring Great Night Lord, desperately trying to salvage the plays and the stream. And never was a more true statement said. Okay, so we're going to drop a Mountain and an Inner Fire here. It's more important right now that we have access to light up the stage than Inner Fire. Inner Fire is good once you start to combo, but as you set up for the combo, you rarely have enough cards in hand to make it good. Oh god, this is just Hollow One, I think. It's not Dredge. We might stand a chance if this is Mono Red Hollow One. If our opponent just doesn't do something for long enough, we might get there. Hopefully they don't have main deck Artifact Hate. So we're gonna play a Semblance Anvil and exile Past in Flames. And I know that sounds bad. Actually, yeah, Past in Flames this time around. We have more in the deck. Living End. This is the Electro Dominance Living End deck! I gotta write that down. I gotta build that deck later. Gonna be good. You gonna Electro Dominate me? That's gonna be weird. Alright, oh my god, it's a miracle. Our opponent pretty much just died. Unless Red-Black Waste Knot variant the other day looks sweet. I will keep that in mind. Oh, what is our opponent doing? They're tapping mana. Oh, they're Electro Dominance, okay. I think they're just going to put dudes onto the battlefield with Living End. Okay, cool. Cool. That's okay. We're going to Wheel of Fortune for 1 red mana. Oh, man, that feels amazing. Eat your heart out, Winds of Change. Oh, man, so much stuff is happening right now. We're going to channel the Suns. And then, what do we need to do? We have an Inner Fire in the grave. So we're going to cast Past in Flames, cast Inner Fire, get 4 red mana, Faithless Looting, Reforge the Soul, need a ritual here. Okay, we got some rituals. Cast Inner Fire. Now our opponent is toast. Desperate Ritual. Hazaret's Undying Fury. Storm count 11. Cast Act on Impulse and Desperate Ritual. Get some mana. Dig deep. Okay, cast Pirate's Pillage. Pitching Semblance Anvil. Now we inner fire. Inner fire. Act on impulse. We're just looking for a grape shot. Do we have one in the grave? We do not. Light up the stage. Grape shot. Lethal, boys! It's lethal! We did it! Yeah! Mono red storm, splash green for the ritual everyone forgot. We did it. Okay. Versus the Living End deck. We're going to bring in our Singleton Tormod's Crypt. And I'm going to drop an Act on Impulse. Submit deck. Oh man, I love this deck so much. I've been trying to make this work for a while. Hey, welcome to the stream, Horny Vegan. Glad to have you. We're going to keep this hand. We got draw power. We got rituals. Stuff's going to happen. Opponent starts mountain. Passes the turn. That's a fatal mistake. It's going to let me play a Stomping Ground tapped. Opponent didn't kill me on turn 0. I'm rating their deck -10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, I haven't been posting my Stream Decker lists. I am so sorry. I might have to set that up before the next one. One second. Go ahead and export that real quick. Okay, set as current. Now I have to go in and actually enable that extension real fast. My extensions, activate. Cool. Now, if you're watching on a computer, you should be able to see my deck list on Stream Decker. I am so sorry for not having done that sooner. All right, we got a faithless looting here. So let's loot faithlessly. Draw. We're going to discard a Reforge the Soul and a Mountain. Cast Tormod's Crypt. We're going to play a Stomping Ground tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent gets in for 8. Takes us to 12. Passes the turn. We draw Pirate's Pillage. So we're going to play a Mountain. Cast a Desperate Ritual. We're going to Pirate's Pillage, discarding Act on Impulse. Okay, we draw Past in Flames and another Pirate's Pillage. Pirate's Pillage is really important in this deck because it helps you ramp to like set up for another turn. It also technically fixes your mana for green if you want to cast the Channel the Suns that's in the deck. Pro tip, if you know what Channel the Suns is, and without having to look it up, You're a true master of the Storm jank. We're gonna get a double bolt here, aren't we? No? Cool. Is there anything I can do here? We can cast Inner Fire to get 4 red mana. But I don't think that does anything. We didn't hit a cost reducer soon enough for this one. You know, Channel the Suns from Fist of Suns plus Emrakul? Nice. What about Captain Lannery Storm? Has Storm in the name and helps make treasure? But then we're vulnerable to creature removal. Yeah, we're done this game. There's nothing we can do. But that lets us go to game 3. Which we stand a chance of winning. Also, welcome new viewers to the stream. I'm Kano. I'm your host today. We're playing a bunch of modern jank decks in the Homebrew plus Homebrew variety hour here. Right now we're on Green-Red Sorcery Storm. Kano, we're vulnerable to good decks. I think we'll be fine. Shh! Nobody knows that. If you tell them their decks are good, but you don't admit that you're weak to good decks, something, you might have an advantage. Also, I've missed streaming Modern. Due to financial reasons, I've had to switch most of my weekly content over to Magic Arena. So I'm glad that I've gotten a little bit of time to play some jank in Modern. Kano, we're unironically playing Channel the Suns, and we're not using Fist of Suns or Joda to take advantage of it? They don't need to know until we win. We loot faithlessly. Pitch a Bloodstained Mire and a Past in Flames. Pass the turn. The other biggest problem is if we need to find a good enabler for Spectacle in this deck. Because if we could, like, we want to cast this early, and if we had a good enabler for Spectacle, we might be able to get through. Maybe that's a reason to run Gutshot. Just to turn on Spectacle. Because we pitch 2 cards to draw 2 cards, and we can play them until next turn. Alright, we draw Mana Seism. Electrostatic Field, huh? I like it. That's just crazy enough to work. Alright, play Bloodstained Mire. Fetch a Mountain. And next turn, we're going to try and go crazy. We're going to cast Light Up the Stage to set up for it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Because we do need a couple of early rituals to try and get to 3 mana. And there's not quite enough sorcery rituals to make it worth it, unfortunately. I did try to stick strictly to sorceries, but I couldn't quite make it. Maybe a couple more sets need to come out, and we'll get there. And there's the land we were all waiting for. So let's Desperate Ritual. Semblance Anvil. We're going to exile Mana Seism. Cast Channel the Suns. Cast Light Up the Stage. Okay. Next turn. That's right. WotC banned Rite of Flame for this deck. Not for blue-red Storm. It was for green-red Storm. Oh god, that's so much damage. Opponent gets in for 1,000,000. I mean, we have like some really good top decks from this position, and we have a Past in Flames in the graveyard. If we Miracle, or even just like act on Impulse into a Reforge the Soul, we're going to do nasty things this turn. We have exactly this turn to win. Okay, we draw a Mountain. Let's see. Let's start with an Act on Impulse. Play a Mountain. Play a Faithless Looting. Alright, pitch Mountain, pitch Mountain. Pirate's Pillage. Play a Looting, flashback. Play Pirate's Pillage. Draw 2 more cards. Play Pirate's Pillage. Draw 2 more cards. Oh no, the dream just died. Wait, we could still hit Grape Shot. We did not hit Grape Shot. And we can't cast Channel the Suns. Grape Shot for 8, I think, would have cleared our opponent's board. Alright, alright. We did win a game. That's important. It proves that this deck has some legs. Alright. Green-red Sorcery Storm. Let's go. This is a respectable hand. We will keep this hand. Oh gosh. I am so sorry. I have not had it in stream mode. I don't think we had enough rituals in the yard, though, was the problem. Well, that's Faithless Looting. We're pitching Grape Shot. And I think we pitch an Inner Fire here. Pass the turn. Did we? Oh gosh. Yeah, that's bad. That was my bad then. I am so sorry. I could have totally thrown that game then. In fact, you could argue the end result of that was me throwing the game by not taking the optimal line. It's a Noble Hierarch deck, probably, in fact. So we're going to play a Mountain. We could cast Desperate Ritual to light up the stage, but we're going to wait one turn. Yes, in fact, it did age well. You have been trying your damnedest to make sure that I take the optimum line. And I have to say, I've not been making it easy for you. I don't think we want to do this. Because we want the cards that are in our hand right now. We need to cast some of them. So we will not reveal Reforge the Soul. So we're going to cast... We can cast Light Up the Stage and try and set up a combo turn next turn. We can also Ritual into Semblance Anvil, pitch Reforge the Soul, and then cast Light Up the Stage for 1 mana. Semblance into Light Up the Stage, or Semblance Light the Stage. This is important. We are probably dead on their turn. They're Infect and they have 5 cards in hand with an Infect creature on board. I think we Ritual into Semblance Anvil, pitching Reforge the Soul, and cast Light Up the Stage. I think that's what we do. So I'm going to try and do that. Oh, Imprint Light Up the Stage. Okay. Okay. I'm glad I waited and took the time to sort that out with chat. I feel like we learned something. Because next turn... Yeah, exactly, that thing you just said. If not, we can at least just cast 2 rituals if we survive. Yeah, and then fucking run away, as Great Night Lord puts it. These are 1-liter bottles, by the way. Opponent pumps it with Pendelhaven. Ticks up Noble Hierarch on it. Or Exalted Trigger. Do they have the kill? Mutagenic Growth. We take 5 Infect. They play a 2nd Blighted Agent. Are we going to do this? We might be doing this. It's happening! Insert Ron Paul gif. It's happening. Oh my god! Oh my god! Past in Flames. Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Inner Fire! It's happening! Hazaret's Undying Fury. Oh my god. Cast. Oh, I did this backwards. I did it backwards. But it's okay, folks. What do we even do now? Let's Reforge the Soul. Do we have any flashbackable rituals? We do not. We can't cast Channel the Suns. We have the wrong mana for that. We can go all in on a Hazaret's Undying Fury. I think that's our best chance. So we'll use the 1 out of the yard. Hopefully we don't get Spell Pierced. Ooh, okay. We're going to discard a land. Hey, and that's enough to get our opponent to scoop. We would have been able to cast Channel the Suns and been fine there. So, sweet. Bring in Lightning Bolts. Alright, chat, tell me yes or no on the Anger of the Gods. And if yes, what do we drop for it? If we're bringing in Lightning Bolts, I feel like we need to go down 1 Past in Flames and 1 Act on Impulse, and probably this Mana Season. Yes or no on Anger of the Gods? from the chat. It's an ultimate sign of trust. Think no? All right, we'll go without him. One anger, 2 defense grid. Oh, too late. We'll do it in game 3. If it's not, we did win game 1. If it doesn't work out, we'll do it in game 3. Okay, I think this is a reasonable hand. We'll keep this hand. We don't have a lightning bolt, which might prove fatal. Opponent plays a Glistener Elf. Hi, Midnight Pearl! Good to see ya. We're going to play a Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn. Welcome to the Homebrew plus Homebrew Variety Hour. We're playing Green-Red Sorcery Storm with Light Up the Stage. Opponent plays a Windswept Heath. It gets in for 1. We don't do anything. We just take it. Opponent fetches with Windswept Heath and finds Forest Blighted Agent. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're gonna get him. They'll never see this coming. Stomping Ground tapped. Untap. Cast a Ritual. Grape Shot. Storm count 1, baby. Ping both creatures. It worked! Alright. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills. Has a Noble Hierarch, but no longer has any infect creatures. We play a Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a mountain. Hardcast Light Up the Stage. Ooh. Bolt and Channel the Suns. That's how you know we're getting places. Oh, next turn's going to be nasty. Opponent fetches up a Dryad Arbor out of desperation because we killed all their infect creatures. Ugh. Opponent gets in for 2. We take it. Opponent plays a Glistener Elf. Alright. We can play a land, Channel the Suns, Hazoret's Undying Fury. But we lose to a Spell Pierce. Oh, I identified the same line as Great Night Lord. Oh my god, Midnight Pearl, it's amazing. It's coriander, salt, and lemon bitter beer. It's called a Goes Ale. I love it. It's fantastic. It carbonated really well. I really wish I could afford a keg system for it. Yeah, definitely mountain. We're playing a mountain no matter what this turn. We can... We can channel to 5 mana, Semblance Anvil. I just make it for myself. I don't have enough money to open a brewery. I would love to if I could, though. I don't have the money. Double channel, you think? Alright. Let's go for it. Channel the Suns. Channel the Suns not using red. Hazoret's Undying Fury. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. So, Lightning Bolt Glistener Elf. Faithless Looting, because these go off in opposite order. Desperate Ritual and Reforge the Soul. Opponent Pendelhaven's Glistener Elf. Pumps it with a Might. Pitch our hand. Get some mana. Loot. Pitch Mountain. Mountain. Bolt the Glistener Elf. We do not have enough mana to do like anything else. So we can either cast a oh god, no, we have to Lightning Bolt again. That's the only play we have. We have to Lightning Bolt again. Our opponent just drew 7 cards. So now we pass the turn and our lands don't untap. Because we don't have any cost reduction, which means we can't cast anything else. But at least we're not going to die to infect damage. We're just going to die to regular damage. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Cast 3 Become Immense. We take 45 damage because screw everything else. Might of Old Kroza. Might of Old Kroza. Become Immense, Become Immense. Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth. And Exalted Trigger for Exaxes. Oh, so close. Well, the good news is, we stay on the play for Game 3. So, I think we'll bring in 1 Anger of the Gods. And I don't want Defense Grid. I have decided strictly against Defense Grid. So we're going to get rid of Empty the Warrens. Run it back. I would love to play first. We have a Lightning Bolt. We'll keep. Play a Bloodstained Mire. Pass the turn. Mana Seism's already out of the deck. It was already in the sideboard. We only run a Singleton. Because they're awful. Worse than awful in multiples. Opponent starts Wooded Foothills. We crack, get a Stomping Ground. Untap, we draw a Grape Shot. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills and finds a Breeding Pool tapped. Shocks a second Breeding Pool and plays Glistener Elf. Alright, well at our opponent's end step, we cast a Lightning Bolt. Opponent dispels the Lightning Bolt. We're okay with that. We untap, we draw Mountain. Grape Shot the Glistener Elf. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Inkmoth Nexus and passes. We untap, we draw an Undying Fury. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. It's supposed to be a red background, but Moto is just like, nah, textures and shit. Opponent fires up Inkmoth. Casts a Might of Old Kroza. Gets in for 5. MTGO is a quality program. We play a Mountain. We Pirates Pillage, pitching a Reforge the Soul. We draw 2 Inner Fires and pass the turn. Hopefully our opponent cannot kill us this turn. I put it at a 95% chance that they can. No bugs, only features. The Moto Bug Blog would disagree. It's a feature that Commandeer, Cloud Key, and 17 other cards don't work. Opponent only gets in for 1 Infect this time. Interesting. We draw Channel the Suns. So we Inner Fire for 5 mana. And then Channel the Suns. Then we Undying Fury. We cast Reforge the Soul, Channel, Desperate Ritual, and Semblance Anvil. Perfect. Flawless victory. We Semblance Anvil, Anger of the Gods. Get some mana, get more mana, pitch our hands, play a land, Channel the Suns, cast another Undying Fury, cast Light Up the Stage. It's happening! God bless me doing it in the right order. Hey, I might be drunk, but I'm not 10,000% incompetent. Then eventually they took out the only mode you played. What mode did they take out? Bolt our opponent to 2. Past in Flames. Bolt our opponent. Yeah! I think you can still do Two-Headed Giant custom games. Can you not? I know you can play 4-player Commander games, so support for multiplayer isn't totally out of the game. But if you can't play Two-Headed Giant, that's upsetting. Let's do another game. I really like Sorcery Storm, and we just won. So let's do another game with Sorcery Storm. Yes, playing first is critical for this deck. Okay, we have 2 Faithless Lootings, but only 1 land. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Like, from a software perspective, if Moto was written... Like, if Moto was custom written starting today, keeping in support for Two-Headed Giant would be way easier than it used to be, because you could actually program it good from the start. The problem is, I actually looked into becoming a programmer for MTGO. But it didn't work out. Locket of Yesterdays is a good question. Cloud Key is one of Moto's bugs. Cloud Key doesn't work. It will lock up the game when you play it. So we looting again. Drop a Fury and Mana Seize him. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. Yeah, Cloud Key was what I was originally playing over Semblance Anvil, or in addition to Semblance Anvil, I should say, as the primary cost reducer. But it puts you in a client-side lock that forces you to time out because it will not allow you to... This jerk! We can't looting anymore. The good news is, though, we don't have that many one-cost cards. At least natural one-cost cards. What a powerful key to make the Moto cloud up in smoke. No kidding, right? Like, oh, right, I didn't finish my story. I actually looked into becoming a programmer for MTGO because I love Magic, and I'm a good programmer. And the problem is, they don't want to pay anybody to support any of their online products any amount of money. Like, it's really sad, because MTGO would be an extremely good program if they just paid people to fix it. But they don't. They wanted to pay me like half of industry standard. Oh, not pay me, but the listing I was looking at. I should make this clear. I didn't actually apply. But they were paying like 60% or 70% of industry standard for the position that they wanted. And yeah, no. The legendary mono red Tron. We're gonna get Blasphemous Act. I really like Light Up the Stage in this deck. Alright, next turn we're going off. Our opponent has a turn to kill us. I do remember the older client. I also complained a shitload. I forgot. They don't need to run Blasphemous Act anymore. Oh god, the 90s internet. I was a little kid when there was 90s internet, but I remember it. The good news is, I specifically have a way in this deck to give the middle finger right to Tron. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut Mana Season, a Past in Flames, and an Act on Impulse. And we'll cut Empty the Warrens. Try it like this. I would love to play first. This is a good hand. We'll keep this hand. Opponent mulligan 6. Play Bloodstained Mire. Fetch up Stomping Ground. Loot Faithlessly. Pitch Reforge the Soul and Inner Fire. Pass the turn. Yeah, it tasted like extinct dinosaurs. Opponent starts Power Plant into Expedition Map. We play a mountain and pass back. They play a mountain, so they're on the slow Tron plan. Opponent plays Chalice. We draw Desperate Ritual. Let's light the stage. Depending on what we top deck, that's a really, really good light the stage. Opponent plays a mountain and then tutors for a Tron land. Honestly, I don't know why you don't tutor for a Tron land, play a Tron land. Like, they just delayed their Tron turn one more turn. Okay, we draw Inner Fire. We'll play a mountain. Play this Inner Fire so we can get it in our grave, because we will not be able to play it after this. Play Semblance Anvil. And we're going to exile Inner Fire out of our hand. Unfortunately, our opponent played a Chalice on one, so the whole Faithless looting into our win condition plan isn't where we're at right now, which makes me kind of sad. Time seems to be going slow today. I've only been streaming for like... How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2 hours? Like an hour 45 minutes? And it feels like I've been streaming for 4 hours. But that doesn't make any sense because the law of fun says when you're having fun, time slows to a crawl. Or wait. No, that makes sense. That's why it seems like I've been streaming for a long time. No, it doesn't. Time's supposed to fly when you're having fun. And I'm having fun. I don't know if our opponent is reading the card or what's going on. It's twice as strong as what I can legally buy at most stores in the state. That's a lie. It's 1.5 times as strong. All right, crumble the dust off the top, please. Walking Ballista. Hey, hey, hey. We're getting somewhere. What? Oh no! We can't cast Pirate's Pillage! Oh, that's sad. We're going to put 2 on Walking Ballista and 2 on our opponent. Oh, that's cripplingly sad. And a huge play mistake by me, but I didn't think about it. Did we exile that in like a bunch of lands or something? We must have. Alright, pass the turn. Next turn our lands don't untap. Put a plays a power plant. And a stuffy doll. Targeting us. Miracle that reforged the soul so fast that your head'll spin. Unfortunately, this does draw 7 cards for our opponent, but if we draw a Crumble to Dust, I think their strategy crumbles to dust. There's a Crumble to Dust. We can't cast Channel the Suns. Don't worry, Great Night Lord, I have a spare, and I won't hurt myself. I've actually shotgunned an entire bottle of rum before. There's video evidence of this. I hope you enjoy your quest to find food, and I hope it proves fruitful. Delicious. This one's out. Oh, opponent can't read their own cards. Do we get the shame scoop? Do we give him the Thanos snap? Oh, right out of their hand. They had the 3rd Tron land and everything. Get wrecked, opponent. Well then. When it plays a Walking Ballista, X2, we draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Semblance Anvil. Red Tron really isn't a thing. It's not. Exile Faithless Looting. I actually think we light the stage. Pirates Pillage. Discard Reforge the Soul. We Desperate Ritual. Apparently they use Star of Extinction and not Blasphemous Act. Because that's the insta-kill. Okay. Channel the Suns. Oh, we didn't even have to use a red mana. Light the stage. Mountain. Alright. Undying Fury. There's the Past in Flames. We'll cast Past in Flames. I don't think we're going to cast a second Semblance Anvil. Cool. We channel. Channel. Pillage. Fury. Alright, Chalice counters the Faithless Looting. Desperate Ritual. Crumble. Just as a land destruction spell. Pitch our hand, draw a million cards. Oh, we only have 15 cards in the deck. We can't reforge the soul too many more times here. Cast with Flashback and Splice. Get 1,000,000 mana. Ritual again. Oh, we have a grape shot in the grave, don't we? We have to, right? We don't. No, we do. Okay, cool. Grape shot our opponent. Did we get there? Hey! Nice. Moving on. Game 3. What you up to, Remy? Printing?
Right now I'm filling up midway through the print.
Oh, that sucks. We have a 3D printer. It's awesome.
So just saying, now you're gonna run to liquor store.
Buy a gallon of vodka. We're out of vodka entirely. We have no vodka.
A whole gallon.
Buy 2.
2 whole gallons.
There
Okay, that's fine. Oh, when we get back, we're planning on watching anime.
Yeah. If I'm not done streaming by then, just start with the anime that you guys watch together that I don't watch.
Sure.
Cool. We can't keep this hand, unfortunately. We have to mulligan. Opponent mulligan too, which is good. But this hand is no better. It is anime night. Oh my god, do we get a hand with lands, please? Thank you. I guess we keep the hand of 4. Pillage to the bottom. Get tragically wrecked by the Moto Shuffler. Opponent starts Tron land. Expedition map, of course. Welcome, new viewer, to the stream. I'm Kano. You're watching the Homebrew plus Modern Homebrew Challenge. Night. Not challenge. It's just the variety hour. We're currently playing Green-Red Sorcery Storm in Modern, with some mild success. Alright, opponent does not have the natural turn 3 Tron in Mono-Red Tron, which is good. But Mono-Red Tron is bad. Land, please. Thank you, deck. Now we just need, like, land or a Faithless Looting into a land. Something to that effect. Opponent plays a Mind Stone. I'm willing to do this. We need a land. It sucks that we won't be able to crumble to dust. At least right away. I think I did that wrong, actually. We'll see. Ooh, opponent does not have natural Tron. Plays a Dragon's Claw. They want to gain some life. That's okay. We'll cast more Grape Shots than they could ever gain life for. And this doesn't gain them life because it's not red. Oh, we got one out of their hand. Oh, I'm not sorry, opponent. Crumble to Dust just kills Tron.
As long as you can do a clock before they just hardcast their shit.
Not if you crumble 2 of their Tron lands and they don't have enough lands to even draw lands.
I guess that might do something.
Might do something?
Might.
Before you leave, can you do me a favor?
Doubt it.
I have a bottle like this sitting in the fridge. Can you grab it and bring it to me?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet.
Then it'll be a second. I have to get the print started and go to the bathroom first.
That's okay. Crumble their other Tron land. As a famously evil anime villain once said, "Goodbye, JoJo!" Okay. Opponent plays her Stuffy Doll. We just need a sorcery that we don't want to pitch to Semblance Anvil. Like, we don't want or need right now. I mean, it sort of works. We're going to pitch Inner Fire. Pass the turn. And I don't think our opponent can Star of Extinction us this next turn, so we should be okay. No! I forgot they were holding Vandal Blast. We knew that. Opponent gets in for 2. We take it. Well, with a land, we can still cast Hazoret's Undying Fury. They're bolting us, too. We draw a Light Up the Stage. Cast Light Up the Stage. Opponent gains a life. Opponent pings themselves. Or pings us, I mean, off of Stuffy Doll pinging itself. Okay, we draw a Desperate Ritual and an Inner Fire. That should actually get us where we need to go. That's pretty sweet. So, as long as they don't kill us this turn, we should kill them next turn. Unless our Hazoret's Undying Fury like hits 5 lands or something like that. Opponent Surgical's looting. I don't know what happened there. That was not the correct choice. Opponent Bane fires us for 4. Takes us to 6. We untap, we draw Faithless Looting. So cast and splice additional spells. Oh, thank you very much. We're opening the next leader of Homebrew. Get 6 red mana. Stuffy Doll pings itself. We take 1. Go to 5. Alright, so we cast Desperate Ritual. We cast Undying Fury. Opponent gains a life. We reveal Reforge the Soul and Faithless Looting. So we cast Faithless Looting, then cast Reforge the Soul. That's kind of unfortunate we did not hit any rituals off that. We might die because of that. We'll see. It's looking like we're gonna die. Pitch Looting and Reforge the Soul. Oh, we can play a land this turn. Storm count 5. Oh, we're dead. There's like no way we survive. We don't have any cost reduction, so we can cast a Grape Shot. But Storm count's only 5. I guess we could kill their Solemn Simulacrum. But like, they have any... Like, we needed to hit a ritual off of Undying Fury. It's kind of sad. So, 2 hits on Solemn. Rest on our opponent. Pass turn, auto yield. And our lands don't untap next turn, so I think that does it. If our opponent has a Lightning Bolt, if our opponent has a Pyroclasm, if our opponent has an Anger of the Gods, if our opponent has, hell, a handful of Gut Shots and a Needle Drop, we're dead. Worm Coil does it too. And the dream dies.